Dear anxious person, dear someone who things are not going the way you wanted them to go, they're not going the way you expected them to go. Is it always for the best? It's always for the best. Everything is for the best. I hear this a lot. Something bad happens, you don't get what you want, someone tells you, oh, it must be for the best. Is that true? Or is it that you have an obligation to make the best of your situation? Okay, I'm going to give you an example of someone who is super successful. When I was a scribe on Maui, before I started med school, there was only one plastic surgeon on the island. This plastic surgeon, he was wheelchair bound. Okay? Does that mean that this guy, when he lost the ability to use his legs, he was like, it must be for the best? Or was he probably bummed out and then realized, you know what, I gotta make the best of my situation? Okay, I'm gonna give you another example. When I was living in Oakland, California, I was doing a pre-med post-bac. I shadowed a radiologist at Stanford he was paralyzed. He could only stand up. He could not walk. He used a Segway to go around from places. And they had volunteers to help him click and do stuff like that on the computer, and that's what I was there for. I volunteered with him. He was a radiologist. After radiology, he became paralyzed, some bike accident or something. Do you think he thought to himself, this must be for the best? Or did he choose to make the best out of his situation? So what am I saying? Because some people tell you, oh, if you don't match into the thing that you wanted, if you didn't get the position or the place that you wanted, if you didn't get into med school wherever you wanted, or this cycle, if you failed the MCAT, it must be for the best. Okay. I think that concept, to me, it's wild. What you do, you have an obligation to make the best of your situation. Okay? There is someone I know who applied to med school, didn't get in the first time, gave up. That's it. Never applied again. Never thought about it. That's it. I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to go do a PhD. Okay? Which, is something I would never do. And luckily I've been blessed to not have to do that. Then I know a program director, an orthopedic surgery program director. He told me he applied to med school 3 times. He got rejected every single time. He only got in on the 3rd time. Okay? So, was it for the best that he didn't get in the first time or the second time? No, it wasn't for the best. He made the best out of his situation. Alright? And that's what you have to do. I didn't match ortho the first time. Is it for the best? I mean, now it's for the best. Why? Because I spent the past 3 years making it for the best. Creating a new life, a whole new trajectory, new objectives, a different identity for myself. Right? Now I'm passionate about radiology. Now I love to study radiology. Now I can't see myself in the OR. And I'm very grateful for many things that I'm never going to have to deal with because I'm not in orthopedic surgery. I'm never going to have to deal with a pelvic binder coming loose at 2 a.m. and getting a call from the ED, hey, come fix this, or something like that. I'm never going to have to deal with bleeding or complications or infection. So for me, it's for the best because I appreciate the life that I have now. But maybe someone else, maybe they applied to radiology the first time and they didn't get it, and then they took emergency medicine, and all they can think about now is, man, I just love to suture. I love to do procedures. I love to do a paracentesis. I can't imagine sitting behind the screen. Okay, so you make the best out of the situation that you're in. So why am I telling you this? Okay, it took me, I graduated high school in 2009. I started med school in 2018. It took me like 10 years to get into med school. Okay, I graduated med school in 2023. I soaked. I choked, and I took a gap year. I made everything perfect in the gap year. What did I do? I traveled. I went to Australia. I went to Bali. I went to the Middle East to visit my parents. I went to Hawaii. I relived my days, my glory days. it was for the best because I created an environment, I created a situation. It's for the best. But you can't when when you fail at something, think, well, that was the best thing that could have happened, and leave it at that. It's not a passive thing. You have to actively decide, you know what, I'm going to be more productive in the next 12 months than some people are in their entire life. I'm going to use time management. I'm going to push up. I'm going to leave no stone unturned. I'm going to pick myself up. I'm going to try again. I'm going to reapply. I'm going to double up my efforts. I'm going to reach out more. And you have to create the best outcome out of whatever situation was initially terrible. Not matching in the beginning, it's terrible. Wasting 5 years of my life not knowing what I'm doing, not having mentorship, not having guidance, being random in my kind of my day-to-day goals, until finally I collected myself and shot my shot towards med school, and I was lucky to get in. That's not the ideal situation, right? But I made it work, and that's what you have to do. If you need any help, reach out to me.